Estado de Zacatecas, como te recuerdo por donde yo voy.
Welcome, guys, back to another episode. This is your host, Diana.
And this is your co-host, Cyntia.
Hermana, ¿cómo estás?
Good, how are you?
I am tired, but I'm happy I'm here.
Yeah, we have a long way to go, so we gotta get going.
My niece gave me some lemonade because no alcohol drinks, even though it's a weekend.
It's a weekend.
Pero aquí nomás relajada, just taking it easy for today.
Yeah. Well, you plan to drink her
later. So today's topic is something very important to us. Everything's important to us.
Yeah, no, we have a lot to say.
Yeah, we do. El topic de ahora es creciendo con padres inmigrantes.
En una familia de inmigrantes.
En una familia de inmigrantes.
Uh-huh. Sí, porque no solamente nuestros papás, pero también nosotros. Entonces vamos a explicar un poquito sobre ese tema nosotros.
Sí, ahorita con todo lo que está pasando ya con el nuevo presidente, es un buen tiempo de hablar de eso, pues, que es algo importante que nos impactó en nuestra vida.
Sí, y pensamos que hay mucha gente que puede, no necesariamente todos caen bajo esta categoría, pero hay mucha gente que sí está viviendo todavía con miedo o que este tema les toca a ellos personalmente.
Exactamente. A little brief background. Our parents, they recently, it was 7 years ago that they received their citizenship. Mm-hmm. With the help of my dad's brothers and with the help of myself, because I was a natural born citizen. ¡Qué privilegio! But honestly, I think that was the best birthday gift for myself, my 21st birthday.
To give them their
residency. Their residency. I couldn't wait.
Yeah. So basically, si ustedes están pasando por esto o conocen a alguien, les vamos a explicar un poquito de cómo fue nuestras vidas creciendo en una familia de inmigrantes. Yo siendo una inmigrante myself.
Yeah.
#dreamer. So you guys can understand a little bit better. Porque siempre dicen, es fácil juzgar a las personas, pero hasta que no de verdad te pones en sus zapatos es cuando entiendes por qué hicieron ciertas cosas o por qué no pueden hacer ciertas cosas.
Exactamente. Entonces, nuestros papás llegaron aquí hace como que
30 y van a ser 32 años.
32 años. Mi papá llegó primero aquí. Uh-huh. Llegó directamente a California. De allí, años después, se fue para atrás para México, a Zacatecas. Se encontró mi madre.
Uh-huh. El amor de su vida.
El amor de su vida. Y luego él se vino para atrás, para California. Uh-huh. Y mandó por ella y por ti, hermana, ¿verdad? Y mi hermano.
Sí. Sería mi papá, que ya estaba en California, uh-huh. Mi mamá, mi hermano y yo. Uh-huh. Mi hermano es 10 meses.
Irish twins,
más grande que yo. Y nosotros todavía estábamos en México cuando mi papá mandó traernos.
Entonces, llegan a California, ¿verdad?
Yo tenía 1 año.
Okay.
Nos llegamos a California en el 5 de mayo del 90.
Yes.
Ajá. Y acababa yo en marzo de cumplir el año.
Wow. Uh-huh. Y luego Luis tenía 2 años.
Sí.
Mi hermano mayor.
Luis acababa de cumplir los 2 años.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. ¿Y luego duran un tiempo en California?
Sí, la verdad nunca hemos hablado. Es una cosa que hemos estado platicando, que queremos grabar bien cómo fue la historia de mi papá.
Yeah.
Porque mi papá es bien burlista.
Bien burlista.
Y entonces nos platica, pero las cosas a su manera. Y nunca nos dice bien cómo son las cosas.
Nos dice todo en rompecabezas.
Ajá, sí.
And we have to figure it out and put it together.
Sí.
And then he just laughs at us. And I'm just like, what?
Ajá. Así es él. Pero queremos de verdad que nos platique bien la historia.
Su trayectoria.
Ajá. Y nosotros grabarlo para tener un recuerdo y algo escrito que así pasó. Porque siempre nos cambia la historia. Pero sí.
Llegan a California.
Ajá. Mi papá siempre le ha gustado tener su propio negocio. En California tenía un negocio con mi tío. Uh-huh. Por eso fue que llegó allí. Uh-huh. Creo que ya después se decidieron venirse para Illinois. Uh-huh. Llegaron a un pueblito chiquito de Illinois que se llama Mendota. Uh-huh. ahí abren un restaurante. Nosotros estábamos chiquitos. Tenía yo 1 año, a lo mejor ya casi 2.
Yeah.
No, la verdad no sé bien. Y no les va muy bien en el restaurante. Y es cuando mi papá decide venirse para Chicago, donde aquí tenía muchos amigos restauranteros. Y a lo mejor él pensó que esta sería dice él, su mejor tirada.
Okay. Después de eso crecemos en la vida del restaurante, pero había veces como que no nos caía el 20 de que we weren't all like equal, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, y creo que yo nunca lo noté. Toda mi elementary school, yo nunca noté que algo faltaba o que algo estaba bien o que algo no cuadraba. Porque para mí yo viví una vida normal. Mi papá era dueño de un restaurante. Nunca nos faltó de comer, nunca nos faltó nada.
Gracias a Dios.
Yeah, gracias a Dios.
Yeah.
Entonces, ahí yo nunca noté nada hasta que no entré a high school.
Right.
Cuando yo entré a la high school fue cuando yo miré que no podía agarrar un trabajo regular.
Yeah.
Entonces fue cuando empecé obvio no a preguntar porque ya era algún tema que yo ya entendía, pero fue cuando yo dije, wow, sí va a ser difícil para mí sobresalir porque no tengo un seguro social. Y me acuerdo, y estábamos platicando de esto hace rato, cuando pensamos en el tema, fue que en mi high school, obviously a todos nos piden hacer una review, what is it called?
Like your essay? Like a senior essay?
A senior essay, I'm sorry.
Like your final?
Yeah, es que hace ya tantos años. Ya no me acordaba cómo se decía. So, the senior essay yo lo hice sobre no tener un número de seguro social.
Yeah.
Durante mis años en la high school, me acuerdo que entré a trabajar a una pizzería y el dueño me pidió un número de seguro social.
Okay.
Y literal me lo inventé.
¿Cuántos números hay? Okay.
No, obviously it was 9 numbers.
So you just like made up 9 numbers?
Yeah, right there on the spot.
Damn.
And it was just like, that's the moment I realized, wow, I don't have a social security number.
Yeah.
Ganas de trabajar sí tenía.
Obvio.
pero el número de seguro social no lo tenía. And it wasn't more, because I was still helping mom and dad at the
right,
restaurant.
you were still at the restaurant. So
yeah.
It was just like your second job.
It was my second job. And I did get it. God forbid, like, you know, somebody comes and attacks me afterwards. But
don't come for us, Iris.
Yeah, no. But it's just, a mí se me hizo fácil.
Yeah. Hacerlo así.
Yeah, because it was like, that's the only way I'm going to be able to get this job.
Yeah.
Yeah, y el señor nunca me dijo nada. I was 18. No, I wasn't even 18.
I think you were like 16.
Yeah, I was 16.
Yeah.
I was 16, I remember.
It was at the Pixie place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we went to pick you up. We would pick you up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I didn't even drive. So of course I had to be like around 16. So I was working there. I worked there till probably like, maybe I was 17. Because probably I worked there until I was 18. Mm-hmm. And then obviously I continued working at the restaurant. Y de ahí, de los 18 años, entonces seguí trabajando en el restaurante.
Yeah.
And then that's when DACA came in.
I think so. I think that's the whole process of the DREAM Act started.
Well, actually, I think it was como a los 22.
Okay.
Como a los 22 es cuando empezó, que vino President Obama.
Yeah.
That's my president. y
shout out to the Obamas. Thank you.
You know, really, that's why I think I'm such a fan of the Obamas. Because
girl, I be seeing your Facebook posts. You be going in on them politics like, okay, girl.
Yeah, no, I think that's why I'm such a fan, because it's like he gave me a voice. He gave me
period.
Yeah, no, he gave me a reason to like believe that, okay, I too can be like normal, because it was like, right. I was working at the restaurant, tenía la ayuda de mis papás. Mi papá siempre ha salido adelante, gracias a Dios, tuvo sus propios condominios, siempre le ha buscado a la vida.
Right.
Entonces no
siempre le ha buscado a la vida, todavía sin tener papeles.
Ajá.
Porque todo lo logró sin papeles, ya cuando ya después yo puse la aplicación y todo eso, pero eso ya fue años después.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Entonces le admiro mucho a mi papá por eso, porque nunca dejó que un número de seguro social no lo dejara triunfar en este país y agarrar literally the American dream.
Yeah.
Entonces, President Obama comes in he gives a voice to all of us dreamers. And that's when I applied for DACA. Obviously, I qualified for DACA, and I started working at the bank. That's the best time in my life because it felt official. It felt real.
You love working at the bank.
Yeah, no, aside from that, yeah, I loved working at the bank. I love like being, helpful with the customers. Sí me llegaban muchos clientes que no hablaban inglés y yo era la única que hablaba español ahí. So
didn't you feel like you could connect with them?
Yeah, I really did. Yeah. I really did. And even aside from the bank, every time that I see somebody struggling, or when I go to like the doctor visits and somebody's throwing shade at a person for not speaking English, like that boils me because it's like I know exactly where that person's coming from.
For sure. You just want to like go ahead and just talk for them.
Yeah. So when I was able to get the DACA, I just like it did a whole 360 for me because then I started filing my taxes.
It's like a whole new world.
Yeah, no, and it's just a lot of people don't see it like that. I have come across a lot of people that you're not going to be anything because you don't have a social security number, or they say too that the government te está manteniendo. I hate that because if you don't have a social security number, the government cannot give you assistance. They might give you assistance for their kids that are now born in America.
Natural born citizens.
Yeah, but they don't give you assistance just because like le echaste un ojito and like that's it. So I have heard a lot of people say that like, oh, like immigrants just come and
take our jobs.
Yeah, and take our jobs and this and this and that. No, we really don't. So it's like, and it's firsthand for me. So it pushes me straight in the stomach when somebody tells me that.
Want to give him a shout out right now?
No. I'm gonna tag them down below. No,
we gonna tag you.
But it's a whole different meaning being an immigrant yourself and hearing these people just voice themselves like that, because it's really like being unaware of what really is. Yeah,
inconsiderate as well.
Yeah, so that happened. I want to say I was around 22 when I was a dreamer, and then I met my husband.
Shout out to my cuñado.
We were giving him shout outs a lot. Lo vamos a tener que cobrar for the shout outs.
Low key.
So I meet my husband. We get married, and then my DACA is in time to renew. So for everybody that has DACA, I want to say back then it was like $600 to renew your DACA, if I'm not mistaken. And he tells me, he's like, why are you going to renew your DACA when you're married to a citizen?
Damn, que es que citizen.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
American flag.
La teníamos colgada. No. So then that's when I'm like, no, you know what? You're right. But it literally came out of him.
Yeah.
To say like,
girl,
why?
That's your husband, girl.
No, and then not only that, it would be me renewing my DACA every 2 years.
Yeah.
So it didn't make sense if I could just become a resident myself. And I remember that's when mom and dad were doing their whole process.
Yeah, that's when mom and dad were doing the whole process. And, back, it was like, 12 years that our uncles put that petition in?
Maybe más, ¿no?
¿Más? No me acuerdo.
Yeah, no me acuerdo yo.
So then me being a natural born citizen, just pushed it even more. So as soon as I turned 21, the application went through. And I remember 6 months after that, mom got her social. Yeah. And then her work permit, and then dad a year later. It took a little bit with dad. Dad has some law issues, but he's a better man. He retired. He changed. But it was literally like the best because, for a long time,
there was a lot of struggles down the way.
There was a lot of struggles, mom and dad pulled through even if they didn't have papers. And they showed us that you can do anything in life if you put your mind to it.
For sure. And a lot of the things that people don't see is the funerals. Yeah. So we lost both of our grandmas. My dad lost his dad at a young age.
Yes.
But we lost both of our grandmas, and neither my mom or my dad could go and say their goodbyes.
Yeah. They... that's something I think that's really hard. That I just don't wish that upon anybody. But now they have their, their residency, and
We're striving for citizenship.
no, they're gonna become citizens. I'm gonna make it happen. Quit playing with me. But no, it was hard, dude. It was hard because like we saw them go through that, and ¿qué hacíamos?
Yeah.
Nada.
Yeah, and that's when it really hits you like, damn, the laws of this country are one way and one way only. And it's not like, oh, you deserve it, so you're gonna get it, or oh, your mom died, oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna give you a weekend residency so you could go and say your goodbyes. No, it's not even like that. So it's a lot of struggles and a lot of decisions for the people que decide cruzar.
Yeah.
Que decide cruzar, no solamente dejan toda su vida, pero parte de su nueva vida se queda allí, porque hay mucha gente que trabaja y manda su dinero a México y hace su casa en México. Y a nosotros nos tocó eso porque mis papás todavía no tenían su seguro y ellos estaban mandando dinero a México para hacer su casa.
Yeah.
Me acuerdo cuando la primera vez que gracias a Dios nos tocó regresar a México.
Yeah.
Mi papá estaba tan contento.
Oh my God, it was like the best. It was like the best vacation that we could have. We all went.
Yeah, but like beforehand, I was gonna say that.
Which one?
He started like fixing the house porque ya sabía que ya íbamos, ya teníamos nuestros seguros todos y todas sus hijos iban a regresar a su pueblo.
Right.
Y se agarró arreglando toda la casa. Mi abuelito nos ayudó a arreglar el baño, los cuartos.
Mi tía se encargó de decorate the house.
Saludos a mi tía Mercedes.
Yeah. Shout out to mi tía Mercedes. Tía, la queremos
muchísimo.
Chingo.
Les debemos mucho a todos nuestros tíos, la familia Carlos.
Yep, familia Carlos.
Yeah. Y nos ayudó mi tía a comprar muebles para la casa.
Yeah.
Porque ya era algo más seguro. Ya no nada más estaba la casa de mi papá allí esperando a ver cuándo regresábamos. Ya íbamos. Ya íbamos.
Yeah.
Ajá. Y regresamos.
Damn, girl, you passed that border like, what's up? What's good?
Ya, regresamos porque me casé yo en México. Me casé por la iglesia.
Girl, you got like two, 3 weddings.
Yeah, another one coming up.
Love. For real.
So, dreamt of getting married en la iglesia donde se casaron mis papás, en la iglesia donde me bautizaron. So it was a dream come true for me to be able to go back to my hometown. And it felt so weird it's like not now, but it felt so weird calling it my hometown because literally it wasn't mine. I left when I was a year old.
Yeah.
No tengo
memorias.
Recuerdos de nada de eso. Y me acuerdo que me dice, porque yo me fui antes a arreglar lo último que quedaba para la boda y mi mamá me dijo, ojo, tienes que ir a invitar a la gente.
De tradición, pues,
Ajá. Y a mí eso, o sea, nunca me cruzó por la mente, oh, okay, no, o cómo le voy a hacer ni nada. A mí me encanta platicar. Entonces, I'm like, for sure. Entonces, yeah. Entonces, hasta que no llegué y empecé a hacer todo, fue cuando fui a tocar y me decían, ¿y tú quién eres?
Like, no te sabían quién eras.
Ya, tenía 20 tantos años que no había regresado.
So what were you just telling mom and dad's name?
No, so I look like my mom. My mom and my dad literally said copy paste. So
I look like my dad.
Yeah. So I look and sound just like my mom.
That's true.
Entonces la gente me miraba y decían, "Tú eres Arabia." And I'm like, "Yes, I am."
Well, perhaps.
Yeah. ¿Tú qué le llamas a fulanito? Y fue cuando I was just like, wow, like I really I'm doing my dream of getting married in my hometown, but nobody knows me. And it that hit rock bottom right there because it was just like I was so excited to go and fulfill my part of my dream,
right.
But then I was going to a town that I didn't belong in.
Right.
Yeah.
So you had to basically reintroduce yourself and be like, this is my town and this is who I am and I'm so-and-so's daughter and I'm having my dream wedding. You want to come?
Yeah. Exactly like that. Maybe un poquito menos. But it was exactly like that. And that was the best, well, actually one of the first vacations that we took as a family.
Yeah.
So I was, thank God for that opportunity.
I remember I was so excited, literally seeing mom there. You know, her dad is still alive. Shout out to my abuelito, Ampelio Sarabia. Rodriguez. She was so happy to be with her dad. She didn't get a chance to see her mom, you know, and say her last goodbye. So just seeing her with her siblings, my grandpa, it just like, it literally like the best feeling ever. And then dad going back to his house and just walking around, his mom's house. Yeah. Just walking around like, you know, where he grew up, and it just, oh my God, it was like literally the best feeling ever.
Yeah. And we've gone 2 times after that. Well, me, 2 times after that. And it's still the same excitement. They'll tell us stories like, oh, en esa tienda pasó tal cosa, or oh, ahí vivía fulanita, and it's so beautiful.
Ahí naciste.
Yeah. So ahí nací.
Ahí naciste.
Nací en la casa de mis papás. Mi bisabuela era partera. Entonces ahí nací. But it's such a beautiful story, and I take so much from that, and y Dios sabe lo que hace, because it's like literally we struggled so much, but we learned throughout it all, and it's such a beautiful feeling to know that there is a lot of people que no tiene papeles, que no tiene voz, y lo digo quote unquote, porque sí tenemos voz. Hay mucha gente que nos respalda, hay mucha gente que como nosotros que ya salimos de eso, de no tener papeles, pero de todos modos we identify with them.
I remember when mom got her papers, and she was literally hooking up everybody with her lawyer.
Yeah.
Literally everyone was coming to her restaurant, and I feel like my mom was working for immigration rights. Yeah. Like everybody was like, oh, ve con Angelica. That's what my mom's saying. You know, like, and just recruiting a bunch of people, and that's literally like I think cool. My mom.
I think that's when my mom saw that she could help somebody else fulfill their dream too, because I can't imagine the pain that she went through.
Yeah.
But she saw that now it was solved, and unfortunately it was, you know, a little late, but she got the chance to go back to her hometown, to take her kids. All of us went.
Even my older brother, and he also, you know, got his papers as well, and you know, he married to, you know, a natural born citizen. So literally all of us went back to our roots as a family.
Yeah, as a family. And I think there wasn't a better gift that you could have given our parents than that. Well, yeah, because tú le arreglaste.
Oh, thank you, hermana.
Well, y ayuda con mis tíos también.
O sea, los hermanos de mi papá, sí.
So, porque mis tíos le tenían la petición a mi papá, fue que no necesitamos salir, y necesitamos porque también yo estaba incluida en esa petición, y por eso no necesité yo salir del país para arreglar mi residencia.
Yeah, no, honestly, like, that was the best that we could have done as a family. Just literally go back and just relive everything that we heard about, but we know, yo iba sola o con mis tíos o whatever, pero ir con familia, ir con tus papás, ir a su casa donde crecieron, que te digan historias, que en tal lado, whatever. Wow, that's literally like forever engraved in our hearts.
Yeah, and a lot of people think it's like, that topic doesn't, you know, concern me because I'm a citizen. But I know you had your fair share into being, you know, involved in all this too.
Yeah, for sure. It started to like affect me when I was applying for FAFSA for college, you know, senior year. My parents didn't have a working social, and you know, they never filed taxes and stuff like that. You know, business wise, that was different from whatever, but I never wanted to risk it. I never wanted to expose them, if that makes sense. So I didn't apply for FAFSA. I didn't qualify.
Yeah.
So that's why we paid school
straight out of pocket.
Yeah. And that's when I was like, damn, like, hasta mí me está afectando. Of course, you know, I understood what was going on, but everyone was like, oh yeah, financial aid. You know, you're getting help from the government and whatever, and que el PIN number, que la chingada. But I was just like, nah, I'm not gonna risk it.
Yeah, our parents didn't have any of that, and it goes a lot to show that, like, my dad really did whatever he could to, like, give us what we at that moment needed.
Yeah, give us the quote unquote American dream.
Yeah,
que no sufriéramos.
Yeah, no, and I really I do, like, I think every episode vamos a decir que le damos gracias a mi papá y a mi mamá,
Yeah.
pero de verdad que
They
les
sponsor us. That's what's going on.
les debemos mucho porque,
For sure.
porque sí, le echaron las ganas para poder, sacarnos adelante, aún después de los obstáculos. I know I said this before in my Facebook, but there was a person that told mom and dad, you don't have a social security number. You're not going to be anything.
Yeah.
I think that's what pushed mom and dad, because my parents owned a restaurant in Chicago their whole life, because ahorita ya están retirados.
Mm-hmm.
They always had their own house. My dad always looked for other businesses aside. And I think a lot has to do with la ayuda de mis tíos.
Yes, for sure.
Because a lot of people might be wondering, how was he a business owner if he didn't have a social, or how did he...
Family came through.
Yeah, or how did he own properties? So yeah, like you said, family did come through, and
From both sides of the family.
From both sides, and they did what they could to help my dad in whatever they needed to do. So
legal wise.
Yeah, legal wise. Buildings under a certain name and restaurants under a certain name. And it was hard. It must have been hard for mom and dad to realize that they're putting in all the work, but the legal...
On paper, it's someone else's name.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm pretty sure they're grateful for all the help and all the support. And I think till this day, they are very grateful that they received that help.
I'm glad that family helped us out, because it would have been even harder. But like you were said, like we were putting in the work, but legally en papel era otro nombre.
Yeah.
Pero nosotros sabíamos que like era por el bien de ellos y todo el proceso que estaba pasando con los trámites, pues.
Yeah. And my dad has told us a lot of stories of him cuando estaba de muchacho, cuando estaba de soltero.
Oh Lord.
just crossing, and he would say like because he did come to California very young, y sí había una amnistía, pero él dijo que él pasaba tan fácil que, o sea, que no era tan estricto como es ahorita.
Claro.
It was different times. Like my dad's like 60.
So he was crossing borders like it was nothing in the 70s.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So my dad's 60 right now. So I'm not trying to expose his age, but
no, expose him. He's 60. He knows he's 60.
So back then it was so much easier than, of course, now. So he was able to do all that just, so freely that he didn't feel like that he needed an actual number.
Yeah, for sure. There's a new president now and a new vice president, and I know a lot of people are very excited. I'm actually very excited. I feel like necesitamos como una limpia por los 4 años.
Yeah, yo creo que mucha gente ya no está viviendo con miedo, porque por 4 años sí fueron muchas cosas que se estaban diciendo, a lot of things like being proposed, and it was so hard to see. Even now that I have my social, it was so hard to see like a lot of like DACA students being triggered by all the amenazas that he was pulling out.
But I'm sorry, let me interrupt you there. But the DACA students, the dreamers, and even people that weren't dreamers or DACA students, or they literally pulled through. They were like marching and using their voice, and they weren't scared, even though it was scary times. You saw a lot of people stood up and started being like, you know what, no me voy a dejar.
Yeah, and I think that's so important, because that's when I think that gave them the voice that it's like, we're here. Yeah. We're here, so help us, help the country, because I really do think that a lot of us dreamers are what made up the country, because like myself, I was a year old. I didn't choose to come to a country that wasn't mine, but I really made it mine. No se me ha quitado el acento y lo paisa, pero de todos modos, it's like, in reality, aquí vine a la escuela, aquí hice mi familia, y honestly, like, it sounds so cliche, but I wanted to achieve the American dream, y gracias a Dios poco a poquito lo estoy logrando. But it's just like, ¿cuántos más dreamers like myself no hay aquí? And how many voices haven't still been heard? Because it's like, oh no, I remember when I was applying for DACA, my mom told me, she's like, no, hija, ¿no será que al registrarte te estén anotando tu número para para después deportarte. And it was just so much information just left and right que yo pienso que mucha gente vivió con ese pendiente por mucho tiempo.
Con ese miedo.
Yeah. Y ya después llega el otro presidente y fue cuando no acabó la historia. Había más miedo todavía, más gente que decía, oh, ¿y ahora qué va a pasar? O ahora dijo esto, ¿y si será cierto esto? La famosa wall, que, nunca se hizo.
Chinguen.
Yeah, for real. Entonces, it's like no, it's time for laws to change. It's time for this new president to propose something.
Okay, go off, Queen.
I really feel like, we're already here. Solve the issue. Yes. Because literally, like, I know a lot of people are like, just go back to your country, and that's just the first thing.
Bitch, where?
The first thing that when you have an argument with somebody that looks Hispanic, that's your first comeback. Like, you grow up. Really, like, because it's like, no, I wish you would tell me that.
I've gotten in a lot of arguments with a lot of racist neighbors in our neighborhood. And yeah, they would say that, go back to your country. And I'm just like, I said a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, qué pedo, ahorita me voy si quieres.
No, you just reminded me of a case. I was working in the bank, and this lady, she was an older lady, and I was trying to respect her as much as I could, said to me, she had some deals with her account, and I couldn't help her. So I told her, I was like, I'm sorry, I can't do much for you. This is what's happening. And she said, did you just come out of the boat? She literally looked at my eyes and told me, did you just come out of the boat? Don't you understand English? You have to fix this for me. And I was going to suck it in because era una señora ya mayor. Y yo dije, no le voy a faltar el respeto. Está enojada por lo que está pasando con su cuenta. No le voy a mover. Está bien que ella se vaya a su casa y si quiere me pida perdón en su cabeza. It's okay. I don't need her to tell me sorry in my face. And my manager got up so fast and closed her account.
Like, legit?
Yeah, legit. Like,
she said, tu recibo y que te vaya bien?
He said, I'm closing your account. We don't condone racism in this branch.
Period.
So, I'm closing your account. Me dijo que yo le hiciera el trámite de cerrarle su cuenta. So, I wrote her check. I'm sorry, but she didn't even have much in her bank account. And, we did her a check and we closed her account, and she could no longer do business with the bank that I was working with.
Que respeten.
Yeah, so I feel like that's a lot, that comes a lot with like being heard, and it's just like I wasn't gonna say anything, not because I didn't hurt me, not because I didn't feel disrespected, just because it's like you should know better as a person. But I'm so glad that my branch manager stood up for me. And it's just a lot of the times people don't have that.
People don't stand up.
People don't stand up and they stay quiet. And that's why I think that they're used to people stepping all over you. Yeah. And it's so unnecessary and it's so unfair because if like just alone, if you move out of your parents' house, it's so hard. Imagine moving out of your country. Your customs are changing. You have to change a language. And I know we were joking about it the other day, or maybe it was a couple of days, where I was like, America doesn't have a native language.
It doesn't.
So let's enforce that. Let's not let a person tell you should speak English because you're in America. I don't condone that at all.
Yeah, no. I mean, like you were saying, like, You didn't have a choice, sister. You came here with my brother and my mom and my dad, and hicieron su vida aquí, and you grew up here, dude. Like, literally, like, cuando regresaste a Tolinga, Zacatecas, like, you were just like
so lost.
I
was so lost, and just literally just looking like I was so amazed, and people could tell me left and right, like, you're coming from a small town. Vienes de un pueblito chiquito, no hay nada en tu pueblo. But to me, I was in a whole new world. To me, I was so amazed because, if you know me, I am a strong Zacatecana. Like, my email was Zacatecana.
Y somos mexicanas.
Yeah, so, like, to me, it was everything for me to go back to my country.
I know.
And just alone I took my kids.
How was that?
It like literally it was a whole different vacation because it's different than just like, oh, we went to California or we're going to Wisconsin Dells. that it's almost given to you. It's like, oh, okay, like you save
It's down the road.
Yeah, you save your money. You put in your vacations at work and you travel. But me being able to go to my country and show my kids, like, this is where I was born, or this is where your grandma grew up, or this is my grandma and my grandpa's house. It was so beautiful, and I love that my kids took so much from that, and they look forward to.
They love it. Your kids love it. They love Atolinga. They want to go back every summer.
Yeah, and unfortunately, my kids are not fluent Spanish speakers, pero lo entienden bien, y ellos trataban lo más que podían de hablar español allá porque querían sentirse en casa.
Yeah.
And I really do appreciate the opportunity to be able to give my kids that it's just this is where my mom is from, this is where my grandma, my grandpa grew up, and this is where a lot of our families
still,
like,
mi bisabuelo. Yeah. No, yeah, for sure. That's that memory, like I'm telling you, that's an awesome memory that we have, that everybody, you know, Louis is our older brother, you know, his kids also went to, and they saw his roots, and it's a whole new world that we went to discover as a family. But it was necessary, because ahorita tus hijos, like, they're ready to go.
Yeah, we tell them, and they love it, and it's so funny because they're so stuck into you know, the third world country where Wi-Fi is given to you, and over there it's just I mean, to be honest, they do complain the first couple of days. They're like, there's no internet.
Girl, I complain.
Or that feeling where it's like you barely have internet. Like, don't give me nothing at all. But it's just after a couple.
Don't give me a tease.
Yeah. So after a couple days, they love it. They forget that they need a phone or they need their tablet. And I think, you know, that's the best part of it, that we still get to show them, you know, a small town. It's not like you're going to a city and everything's given to you, because I feel like that would almost make them feel like at home. It's just like they don't get to appreciate that, you know, this is how my grandma grew up, or to go to the bathroom in our grandpa's house, you literally have to go outside, like, para usar el baño. Entonces they get to appreciate all that, and I think that's the best thing ever.
For sure. And I just want to take this second to, like, shout out to all the dreamers and all the DACA students right now. You know, we see you, and I really hope that now that we do have a new president and the vice president, they do fulfill, you know, some acts that they were talking about doing, and some movement needs to happen, because honestly, there's so many people out there that literally just need a piece of paper. But they're doing also a lot of things without that piece of paper. But eso es lo que ahorita vale, ¿me entiendes? Entonces, shout out to you guys. I really hope that something comes for you guys, like something better.
Something good comes out of all this.
Exactly, porque ya sufrieron mucho, sufrimos, ¿verdad? Porque estamos todos unidos. But just with this new president, I really hope that he puts in the work, especially for the whole immigration movement, and just makes, you know, things better. Yeah.
And I mean, I don't watch the news a lot because it's on edge right now, so I try not to watch the news. But estaba mirando que los DACA, los dreamers, are gonna be able to apply for the purchase of their house.
That's awesome.
So I like, it's just a small light coming through, shining, and I'm trying to manifest it into the earth that something good is coming out of this. And I hope that all those voices get to be heard, not only for the dreamers, for the parents of the dreamers that struggled so much, that are struggling right now, that don't have a voice or are scared, because there's so many people that are scared to raise their voice and just be heard, because they don't know what's gonna, you know, come with that.
Yeah, I mean, I positive vibes to you guys, and just positive energy. Hopefully this year, you know, brings a lot of better outcomes than the years that we have already suffered. I think we suffered enough.
Yeah.
And we just are hoping for the best for everyone, you know, para los papás, para los hijos, que no vivan con ese miedo, y que haya una esperanza para ellos.
Yeah. Y para nuestra familia en México también, que tenga la oportunidad de ver a sus hijos, de ver a sus nietos, porque muchos dejaron ir a sus hijos, pero ahora ya tienen bisnietos. Y tienen toda una vida what to make up for.
For sure. And I mean, honestly, like, I don't know, you know, like, I'm a natural born citizen, So like I can't.
You be saying that too much.
I'm just saying though,
I'm
like
just kidding.
I don't connect like as strongly as you do, but I mean it affects us as a family. It did affect me as well. To, it sucked that pues me iba sola yo a México o no podía salir con mis papás fuera de los Estados Unidos. But I mean, uno que it's like an outsider. I see you guys, and it's suffering to know that I can't help you.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to help you, but I didn't know how.
Yeah.
Legally, I'm just like, okay, when I'm 21 and I'm like 10 years old, but what can I do?
Yeah. And I'm sure there's a lot of you in every family that is going through this, because it's like, okay, now I could help my parents, pero this is coming up because there's unfortunately también the kids that are able to fix their parents' immigration status, but unfortunately because of the laws, they can't.
Yeah.
There's something blocking them from getting their residency. Right. So it's a struggle. Es un sentir desesperante.
It is. That's exactly. Thank you for saying that. That's exactly how I felt, especially once I started getting older, and I'm just like, damn, like, what can I do? Like, can I just like wake up and be 21 already? Like, can this application go through?
Yeah.
But it's un proceso and
largo.
It's time and like
money too.
And money is wasted and ABC is needed and it's just a lot. It's literally a lot.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that's why this is close to my heart, because it's like when I hear people that it's just like, oh, why don't they just go apply for their residency? Why don't they just come here legally like all the rest? It's not that easy. And you don't know the struggles that the family is going through, the necessities that they're going through for them to make the trip. Because it's not literally like, let me just hop on a plane and I got here, let me choose it what, out of the whole United States I want to, make my life in. It's not even like that. There's a whole process. It's a whole, immigration fees just went up too. So it's back to back a lot of struggles that people are faced with, and a lot of them still don't have the chance to be able to do it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a frustration. It's a really frustration, and I'm proud of you, hermana, because you pulled through. I'm proud of mom and dad and my brother. I grew up with you guys, and I knew you guys had were struggling, but I mean there's an outcome after that.
Yeah, and I know times are different and every family has a different story, but just don't lose hope. Hold on to everything you can, and just pray for better days.
For sure. I think we're going to take this time to go ahead and call mi madre.
Yeah, we want to see what's their advice or what words they have for somebody that's still living with their voice and, like I said, quote unquote, unheard, unseen, because you guys are being seen, but we're just going to say it like that.
Yes. A ver si mi madre me contesta. Falta que ande con la vaca Lola.
Aló, hija.
Hi, mom.
Hi, mom.
Hi, hija.
Madre, está en vivo en nuestro programa. ¿Cómo anda?
Yo pues aquí bien, hija, aquí mirando las estrellas con el frío.
Qué romántica. Amá, estamos hablando acerca de cómo crecimos con ustedes que no tenían papeles y también Cyntia y Luis. ¿Tiene unas pocas palabras?
Algunas palabras de apoyo o de consejos o si quiere usted decir poquito de cómo fue lo que fue para usted crecer sin un número de seguro social.
Como para mí no fue claro que es importante, pero para nosotros no fue un impedimento salir adelante, a pesar de que mucha gente dijo por ser indocumentados, nunca íbamos a llegar a hacer nada, pero cuando tú tienes ganas y tienes fuerza de voluntad y te propones hacer algo, lo consigues, aunque no tengas un seguro social, que es muy necesario, pero eso no te impide llegar a lograr tus sueños. Nosotros llegamos sin seguro social, pero con muchas ganas de trabajar, con muchas ganas de salir adelante, y mira, lo logramos, gracias a Dios. Ahorita tenemos el seguro social, pero ya cuando lo tuvimos, ya habíamos logrado lo que nosotros nos proponíamos. Entonces, la gente le tiene que echar ganas y no pensar que por un seguro social que no lo tienes, nunca vas a tener nada ni vas a lograr tu meta.
Ama, ¿y nos puede platicar poquito de cómo fue cuando regresamos al pueblo otra vez todos como familia? ¿Qué fue lo que usted sintió?
Pues bien bonito, hija, ¿no? Es que eso es algo que muchas personas quisieran y no pueden. Entonces, para uno que puede volver a regresar, que ya cuando tienes sus papeles, regresas para atrás, es una emoción muy grande, es algo que te nace del corazón hasta soltarte a llorar, porque muchas personas, al igual que yo, no pudimos ir en momentos bien difíciles, como cuando mi mamá se murió, por no tener papeles, no pude ir a enterrar a mi mamá. Entonces, cuando ya tú regresas al pueblo y que ya Dios te dio licencia de ser legal y saber que puedes ir y regresar otra vez, pues es una emoción muy grande y es algo muy bonito que uno quisiera que todas las personas lo pudieran hacer realidad como lo hicimos nosotros, pero pues desgraciadamente no se puede.
Yeah. Mi padre no tiene ahí está mi papá, ¿o qué hace mi papá?
No, tu papá no está en estos momentos aquí junto conmigo.
Ama, y es la primera vez que la tenemos aquí, entonces, a ver, usted échenos unas palabras.
Ajá.
A ver, ¿qué es lo que usted nos tiene de algo que nos quiera decir aquí?
Cuéntenos.
Nos lanzamos de locutoras.
Pues, ¿qué les puedo decir, hija? Que Dios las ayude en su proyecto, que ojalá y puedan lograr su sueño que se propusieron hacer con esfuerzos y que tienen que echarle ganas porque pendejas no son, tenemos que ser chingonas todo el tiempo.
A huevo.
Entonces,
Thank you, Mom.
entonces tienen que lograr hacer, llegar a la meta lo que se quiso hacer. Y como dijo una persona, mi meta no es ganar, mi meta es llegar. Entonces ustedes tienen que pensar eso y pues que Dios las ayude. Estoy muy orgullosa de ustedes, de todo lo que hacen, de así vendían un taco y ahorita se ponen a hacer algo más grande. Me da mucho gusto por ustedes y pues a echarle carambazos a la vida antes que nos gane.
Yeah, thank you, Mom. I love you.
Thank you, Mom. I love you too. Andamos aquí ya.
I love you, hijas. Las quiero mucho y órale, a echarle chingazos.
A huevo. Thank you, Mom, por sus lindas palabras.
Yeah, thank you, Mom.
No, y eso que no me inspiré porque estoy bien congelada aquí echando el agua a la vaca Lola.
Okay.
Okay, Mom. Ahí la dejamos para que siga trabajando.
Sale, luego
Okay,
hablamos.
pues, hijas.
La queremos mucho.
Vale.
Bye.
Bye, hijas.
Damn, dude, I think this is our first episode of us crying.
I told you I was not going to cry before we got to episode 6.
It literally just melted my heart. Like, seriously, like coming from your parents and knowing that what they went through, I could never.
No, and that's exactly what I was telling you. That was one of the hardest moments for her. And like, I can't imagine her pain at all. But like she said, they had ambition. They had that hopes of becoming someone. And like she said, she became someone before the number. So don't let your parents, your uncle, your aunt just struggle on their own because they don't have a number. Make sure you're there for them. Make sure you inspire them that it's more than that. And if you don't have, you could have a social security number and not be anybody. So that doesn't define you. That for sure isn't gonna say how things are gonna go. If you have ambition, if you have the will, then you're gonna pull through.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I stand with you guys. I stand with the whole movement of immigration. I mean, you tienen mi apoyo. And I just really hope for the best for the future. And I hope something happens because we are here. And I say we because I consider myself, para la raza. And I just hope for the best. I really do hope for the best, honestly, because we deserve the best.
Yeah. And I think together we're going to all be heard and all be somebody important in this country.
Unidos jamás vencidos?
Yeah, unidos jamás seremos vencidos.
Period. With that being said, guys, we just want to end tonight's episode. I feel like ya nos vieron llorar.
Yeah, this was a very personal topic, but we for sure needed to voice it out, especially now that the new president came in, and you know there's a lot of hopes, a lot of dreams that we're gonna pull through.
Yeah, amen. And I really hope it pulls through, and everyone deserves they deserve something better from what we were living at before.
Yeah, for sure.
Guys, thank you so much for listening, for watching us. I hope this episode, some people were able to connect. And I'm hoping for the best, hermana.
Yeah, me too. Thank you guys for all the support that you guys have already given us.
Yes.
Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe.
subscribe.
Yeah.
And then until the next episode, hermana.
Okay. Adios.